Hare नाम संकीर्तन की जय। डिवाइन ग्रेस इसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। हरि गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल। 5.19 recording. Welcome to our Sunday feast. After a wonderful association of His Grace, Gurujan Prabhuji. Last 3 days was wonderful. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. In that mood, let's continue. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. 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 Narayanam Namaskrutyam. Narayanam Namaskrutyam. Naram Chaivam Narottamam. Naram Chaivam Narottamam. Devim Saraswatim Vyasam. Devim Saraswatim Vyasam. Tato Jayamudiraye. Tato Jayamudiraye. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke. Bhaktir Bhavati Naishiki. Bhaktir Bhavati Naishiki. Hare Krishna. So, reading from Canto 5. The title is Creative Impetus. And chapter number 19, which is the island of Jambudvipa. The last prayers was that the residents of Jambudvipa offer prayers, and now we continue from there. And the shloka number 3, it's a prose. I will just read that. If you want to try later, you can try that. Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya Namaha. Arya Lakshana Shila Vratai Nama. Upashikshitatmana Upashita Lokaya Nama. Sadhuvada Nikashanaya Nama. Brahmanya Devaya Mahapurushaya Maharajaya Nama iti. I will try one more time. It's not any meter there, it's a prose. Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya Namah. Arya Lakshana Shila Vratai Namah. Upashikshitatmana Upashita Lokaya Namah. Sadhuvada Nikashanaya Namah. Brahmanya Devaya Mahapurushaya Maharajaya Namah iti. Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya Namah. Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya Namah. Upashikshitatmana Upashita Lokaya Namah. Sadhuvada Nikashanaya Namo. Brahmanya Devaya Mahapurushaya Maharajaya Namah iti. Anybody would like to try? It's just a reading. It's a prose. Yes, please. Yes, please, loudly.
Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya Namah. Arya Lakshana Shila Vrittaya Namah. Upasi Shikmana Upasita Lokaya Namah. Sadhuvada Nikshanaya Namo. Brahmanaya Devaya Mahapurushaya Maharajaya Namah iti.
Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya Namah. Arya Lokashana Shila Vrataya Namah. Upashinatmana Upasita Lokaya Namah. Sadhuvada Nikashanaya Nama Brahmanya Devaya Mahapurushaya Maharajaya Namah iti.
Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya Namah. Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya Namah.
Okay, anybody want to last one chance or
ओम नमो भगवते उत्तमश्लोकाय नमः कार्यलक्षणशीलभृताय नमः उपशिक्षितात्मना उपासितलोकाय नमः साधुवाद निकषणाय नमः ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय महापुरुषाय महाराजाय नमः
so you can see that how many times nama nama is coming, offering humble obeisances. Om namo bhagavate uttama shlokaya namah. So please be very attentive because there are qualities being mentioned. Arya lakshana shila vrataya namaha, upasikshitatmana upasita lokaya namaha, sadhuvad nikashanaya namo, then brahmanya devaya mahapurushaya maharajaya namaha iti. So let's read the word to word meaning. Om, O my Lord, Namaha, my respectful obeisances, Bhagavate, unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Uttama Shlokaya, who is always worshipped with the selected verses. It is Uttama and Shloka. Uttama Shloka. Namaha, my respectful obeisances. Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya, who possesses all the good qualities of advanced personalities. Namaha, my respectful obeisances. Upasikshita Atmane, unto you, whose senses are under control. Upasita Lokaya, who is always remembered and worshipped by all different classes of living entities. Nama, my respectful obeisances. Sadhu Vada Nikashanaya. Nikashanaya, not Ka, Nika. Sadhu Vada Nikashanaya. To the Lord, who is like a stone for examining all the good qualities of sadhu. Nikashana, Nikashana मतलब what is there in Hindi? हाँ, टेस्ट करने, चेकिंग, निकषना है. Namaha, my respectful obeisances. Brahmanya Devaya, who is worshipped by the most qualified Brahmanas. Mahapurushaya, unto the Supreme Lord, who is worshipped by the Purusha Sukta because of being cause of this material creation. Maharajaya, unto the Supreme King, or the King of all kings. Namaha, my respectful obeisances. Iti, thus. So let's keep our handheld devices aside and let us see what do you think. What are here without looking for the translations? What could be the translation?
I pay my respectful obeisances on the kings.
Kings, huh? Okay.
So you are the king of the king.
You are the king of king, and to that person who is the king of king, Maharajaya, I offer obeisances. That's the last qualities.
I pay my obeisance to the Lord who is worshipped by the Brahmanas.
That's Brahmanya Devaya. Very good. Uttama Shloka, the very first things. Uttama Shloka, who is worshipped by selected verses. Uttama Shloka. Next. Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya Namaha. Arya means Prabhupada write in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, shloka number 1 or 2, where he talks about the Anarya. You are not befitted to be Anarya. And Prabhupada write the definition, who is Arya?
Who is knowing the progressive?
Yes, who are the advanced civilization. So to that person, so what could be Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya Namaha? Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya Namaha.
Those who exhibit the quality of progression.
Progression. Then Lakshana is the characteristics. Shila. Shila.
Who has all those qualities?
All those called Vrata. Vrata. Conduct or behavior or whose determination. Vrata. Upasiksitatmana. Upasiksitatmana. Upasiksitatmana Namaha.
Who is the highly educated?
Upasiksita Atmana. So word to word translation is
Those who exhibit those, I pay my obeisances.
but who's that who exhibit that Upasiksita? I offer to that. That is right, but who is that Upasiksita? That who is able to control his mind and senses. Upasiksita Atmana. Then Upasita Lokaya. Upasita. Upasana. Upasita Lokaya. Who is worshipped by different people. Lokaya Namaha. Then Sadhu Vad Nikashanaya Namaha.
Who take care of sadhus? Take care of-
Who can understand, who can taste the real sadhu. And then Brahmanya Devaya, that you all told. Mahapurushaya, the person who has been glorified by Purusha Sukta, and then Maharajaya Nama. So let's read translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Let me please repeat. Your Lordship, by chanting the Bija Mantra Omkara, I wish to offer my respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, who is the best among the most highly elevated personalities. Your Lordship is the reservoir all the good qualities of Aryan. Aryana, Arya Lakshana Shila Vrata. People who are advanced. Your character and behavior are always consistent. That is Lakshana, Shila and Vrata. And you are always control your senses and mind. What is the Sanskrit word for this? Upasiksitatmana. Acting just like an ordinary human being, you exhibit exemplary character to teach others how to behave. There is a touchstone that can be used to examine the quality of gold. But you are like a touchstone that can verify all the good qualities. You are worshipped by Brahmanas, who are the foremost of all the devotees. What is the Sanskrit? Brahmanya Deva. You are the supreme person. What is the word for that? Mahapurusha. Are the king of kings. What is the word? Maharaja. Maharaja. And therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So there is no purport to that. Om Ajnanati Grandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Savitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamcham Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate
गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
Hare Krishna. So we are reading from the Canto 5, chapter number 19, the island of Jambudvipa. The canto is the creative impetus. And the 19th chapter is continuing from the 18th chapter. And what was the 18th chapter? The prayers of Jambudvipa. And then there are how many verses are there in Jambudvipa?
Hare Krishna, Krishna
9 verses.
Krishna,
And the 7 prayers are being placed into the 18th chapter. And then there are 2 prayers from Vipa that being discussed here. Chapter 19. And this is the prayer by whom and offered to whom and by whom. And to offer to who, offered by whom. It is by Hanumanji to our dear Lord Prabhu Ramchandra ji. And in which verse? Kim Purusha. So that is the context of that. So if you see this 5th canto is all about Swayambhu Manu, how many daughters? We discussed this last time, right? 2-3 weeks ago. So before this Kim Purusha prayers, there were prayers by
Hare
I
Krishna,
can do that.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
But the question
Krishna,
is answered.
Hare Hare,
Yeah, that's fine.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Prayers of the 18th chapter and 19th chapter is continuing there. So there 3 daughters of Swayambhu Manu and 2 sons of Swayambhu Manu. So what are 3 daughters? Yes, very good. Dehuti, and she got married to Kardamba Muni. Then Akuti, she got married to Ruchi, and Prasuti, who got married to the Prajapati Daksha. And then he had 2 sons. So this all Akuti, Prasuti, and 1 son. What is the other son? Uttanapad, and he got married to Suniti and Suruchi. Is there?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So Akuti, who got married to the Prajapati Ruchi, Devavati, who got married to sage Kadamba, and Uttanapad, who got married to Suniti and Suruchi, and then Dhruva Maharaj, and the whole pastimes goes until the canto 4. And then there is a discussion about the second child, because the discussion is about Swayambhu Manu's descendants. Then he talks about the Priyavrata and Bharshmati, that is in the 5th canto. So this is being discussed there. And then we have Priyavrata, who had sons Agnidra, then Navi. From Navi comes Lord Rishabhadev, and Lord Rishabhadev, he had 100 sons, and 100 sons were of different qualities. So do you remember what were the classification of that? Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Paramahamsas, and that quantity number of that? 9, that is called as Navayogendras. Then there are 81 Brahmanas, and the 9s are Kshatriyas, and the eldest one is Bharat Maharaj. And then he gives directions to Bharat Maharaj, and after Bharat Maharaj, as he get attached, as we were discussing from Bhakti Vaibhav, affection and attachment, he was not only affectionate, but he was also attached. And once we get attached, we compromise our spiritual practices, and then Bharat Maharaj become
Attached to the deer.
deer. Then he next life he became a deer, Harin, deer, right? And then next life he became a Jad Bharat. And he said, in this life, I'm not going to take any compromise, no risk at all. Just like His Grace Bhajan Prabhu was saying that those who are understood, so their graph is like this, like this, like this. Those who didn't understand, maybe like this. Then some of them may not even understand, then the projection could be like this. So this is what Jad Bharat. He says that I'm not going to do anything. And after that, he talks about this Bhumandala, which we have discussed in detail two sessions. So the center island is a Jambu Dvipa. Then there is a different oceans, and then we discussed that. Now this Jambu Dvipa itself is divided into 9 Varshas, and then the middle one is Ilavarat Varsha, and then there is also one very high elevated mountain called as Meru or Sumeru, and then we have different Varshas. What is Varsha? The tracts of island. And if you see, so the Jambu Dvipa prayers, 18th chapter talks of Ilavarat Varsha, then Bhadrashra Varsha, Hari Varsha, Ketumala Varsha, Ramyaka Varsha, Hiranmaya Varsha, and the last was Uttara Kuru Varsha. And in Uttara Kuru Varsha, Mother Earth is offering prayer to Lord Varahadev. So that ends the chapter 18. And in chapter 19, he discussed Kim Purusha, and then after that, after this prayer, it would be prayers of Bharatvarsha. That would be discussed later. Now in this today's shloka, it is nowhere mentioned that who is offering the prayer. So this is Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya Nama Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya Nama Upashikshitatmana Upasita Lokaya Nama Sadhuvada Nikashanaya Namo Brahmanya Devaya Mahapurushaya Maharajaya Namaha Iti. So these are the 8 qualities being prayer offered by Hanumanji, and that is where mentioned in the shloka number 1. So my dear king, in Kim Purusha Varsha, the great devotee Hanuman is always engaged with the inhabitants of that land in devotional service to Honorable Lord Prabhu Ramchandra ji. So shloka number 1 talks about that. This is the prayer which is being offered by Hanumanji to Lord Ramchandra. And the next shloka is saying that the chief person in Kim Purusha Varsha, that is Hanumanji, now constantly hear those glories, and now Hanuman chants the following mantras. So that is the second shloka. And in the third shloka, this is the shloka that we are discussing today. So you can see here. So we will be focusing today Kim Purusha Varsha, which is the southern side of Jambu Dvipa. Mountain, it is separated by the mountain called as Himaketu, and it is being presided by Hanumanji, and the prayers offered at the presiding deity to our dear Lord Sri Ram, Prabhu Ramchandra ji Sri Ram. So now, here there are 8 qualities mentioned. Let us see now. What are those 8 qualities? What are the 8 qualities? That is very 8, 7, 6th or 5th. The first is Uttama Shlokaya. The first is Uttama Shlokaya. Second is Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya. Then Upashikshita Atmane. Upashikshita Atmane means, Mataji told. Very good. Atmana. Atma means controlling mind and senses. Who has controlled mind and senses. Upasita Lokaya. Upasana, who is being worshipped by different classes of the people. Sadhu Vada Nikashanaya,
Who could see the sadhu
qualities, who is a touchstone, like a stone can actually find out who is the god or how is the gold. So similarly, you are the one who can do the who is exactly the Sadhu Vada Nikashanaya. Brahmanya Devai, worshipped, glorified by Brahmanas, or Lord who to whom Devtas or the Brahmanas are very dear. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmanya Hitaya. Seventh one,
King of Kings.
that is I think last one. Seventh is Mahapurushaya. And what is Mahapurusha? Great personality. It is very word to word direct meaning. Mahapurusha, great personality who is being glorified by which prayers? Purusha Sukta prayers, and who is the source of material creation. So because there may be some personality here in this material, people may call Mahapurusha, but he is not glorified Purusha Sukta prayers, and he is not the source of material creation. So anybody who qualified that he is called as Mahapurusha. Not anybody on this earthly planet might be given a title of Mahapurusha, but he is not the Mahapurusha unless and until he shows that he is the source of material creation. And the last one is
King
Maharaja. And then we will see from the Yuddha Kand, almost the 117 or 118th chapter, that how Lord Ram is Maharaja. When we don't have proper rest, sometimes morning itself will feel. Okay. So now from these 8 qualities, Hanumanji is offering these qualities to Prabhu Ramchandraji. Now we will see the examples or the shlokas from Valmiki Ramayana today, and then one by one we will see that how Lord Prabhu Ramchandraji is Uttama Shlokai, is Arya Lakshana Shilavrata, Upasikshita Atmane, and then Upasita Lokaya, Sadhu Vada Nikashanaya, Brahmanya Devaya, Mahapurushaya, Maharaja. Let's begin with Uttama Shloka. Uttama means best, and Shloka means reputation. So Lord Ram is not just glorified through some personal opinions, but he is glorified through the approved verses, not emotional poetry. It is not just like Hanumanji got emotional. Sometimes we in office also we glorified some person, but our agenda is not based on the scripture, and we are not glorifying based on the scripture. We are glorifying on some our personal agendas, which is to get something else out of that, or even not in office, in general also, if you want to get something, we glorify some person. But those glorification are not the Uttama Shloka, because these Uttama Shlokas are the person who is glorified through scriptures, scripture and selected verses. There is a Bhagavatam 1.1st canto, either 11th chapter and 4th chapter, there is a shloka, Uttama Shloka. So that is nothing but the Lord Krishna is glorified by different selected verses. Here also Prabhu Ramchandraji is being also given that things, Uttama Shloka. And we will see Narad Muni is glorifying our dear Lord Ramchandraji in the very first canto or first kanda of Valmiki Ramayana. How many kandas are there in Valmiki Ramayana?
7.
Okay, let's revise. What are those, 6 or 7? Somebody 6, somebody said 7. 7. Let's see, what are those 7 kandas? Balkand, Ayodhya Kand. After Ayodhya, then what happens? He goes to Aranya Kand. Then Yuddha Kand is very later. Kishkinda,
Sundara and then
Kishkinda Kand, then Sundara Kand. the smallest is among all those days is Sundarkand. Sundarkand is only of 2 days, and it is very Sundar. And the Sundarkand is Sundar because Hanumanji is being glorified there. Sundarkand is very Sundar. And then the last is Yuddhakand, and after that Uttarakand. So Prabhu Ramchandra ji is being glorified through very selected verses in the Balakanda, in the very first chapter, and immediately after the 4th shloka. And in the 4th shloka, Valmiki is asking some question. Is there any person who actually glorified or having these qualities? So we will see the first example of Uttama shloka by Naradji, and Valmiki Rishi is glorifying our dear Lord Krishna as Lord Ram. And the second is that all the devatas are offering the prayers and offering the Pushpa Rushti, which comes into the Ayodhya Kand, where Prabhu Ramchandra ji are actually Balakand, in the Balakand, when the Prabhu Ramchandra ji takes in the Sita Swayamvar. So let us begin with that. Uttama shloka means who is worshipped by the best and the selected verse. So this is the very first verse of the Valmiki Ramayana, Balakanda, first chapter, first shloka. Tapaswadhyaya niratam tapasvi vagvidam varam naradam pariprapascha Valmikir muni pungavam. Naradam pariprapascha. Pariprapascha means Advait Gaur ask question. Very good. And what is the shloka that we refer always? 4.34. Pariprashnena sevaya. Now here Valmiki Rishi is asking question to Naradji. Tapas swadhyaya niratam. So you are the Mani Pungavam. Mani Pungavam means that you are the best of all the sages. You are the right person that I would like to ask question. So our literature is always about discussion. It's not that is imposed. It is one way. Some of the faith literature might be just one way that I say you follow that. But our Vedic literature is always conversation, is always a samvad. And Valmiki Rishi is asking the question. And what question Valmiki Rishi asked? What question did Valmiki Rishi ask? Did he ask, how can I get my better health? How can I get money? How can I get Mataji saying no? He did not ask that question. Then what question he asked? Very wonderful question. And when we go these qualities of Prabhu Ramchandra, we will get goosebumps. Konvasmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan dharmadnesha krutadnesha satyavakya trudavrata. Who is in this world at this time possess all these auspicious qualities? Who is powerful, knower of Vedic dharma, filled with the gratitude, a truthful person and firm in his vows? Who is that Gunavan? So Valmiki Rishi knows, but he's asking question to Naradji. I wanted to know, is there any person who is on this earthly planet at this point who is Gunavan, who is Viryavan, who is Dharmadnya? Dharmadnya means who knows the Vedic dharma. He will never transgress any Vedic literatures, not anywhere. You will not see our dear Lord Prabhu Ramchandra ji not transgressing any laws. Dharmadnya. Kritadnya. Kritadnya means grateful. Very grateful. It says that Lord is so grateful that he says that in Ayodhya Kand, he says that even if he does some single act of service rendered somehow, he will never forget. But even if you do 100 offenses, Lord Ram will never remember. And that is the grateful nature of Lord Prabhu Ramchandra ji. Kritadnya. Then Satyavakya. He never speaks untruth. In even a crisis, if there is a crisis, what happens, Advait Gaur Prabhu? We become vulnerable and we may tell untruth. But our dear Lord Prabhu Ramchandra ji, Satyavakya, no matter what happens, he is always truthful. And it is said in Kishkinda 7.22, I have never spoken untruth and I shall never speak untruth. Who is saying? Prabhu Ramchandra ji. That is the Satyavakya. And the next is Drudha He is so firm in his resolve. In Aranya Kand, he says to, O Sita Devi, I can even given up my life I can give up Lakshmana, I can give up even you, but I will never give up my promises. That is the Druda Vrata. Once Prabhu Ramchandra ji taken any Vrata, he will never transgress, he will never give up. He may give up his life, he may give up Lakshman ji, he may give up Sita Devi, but I will never give up my promises that I have made. That is the Druda Vrata. So these are the, who is asking this question? And what is the reference of this shloka in our qualities? Hanumanji is glorifying Kim Purusha Hanuman. Uttama shloka. The person who is glorified by selected texts or selected verses. He doesn't stop there. He says that Charitrena cha yukta sarva bhuteshu ko hita vidwan ka samartascha ka chai eka priya darshana. Let us say Charitrena, who always follows customs, and we can never see that Lord transgressing any things. Sarva bhuteshu ko hita means, Sarva means Bhuteshu means Bhutas, ghost,
Human being.
all living entities, everybody, not only human beings, all living entities. Sarva Bhuteshu. So our Vedic literature, when say Bhuteshu, it doesn't mean human beings, not only beings from the Bharatvarsha, not only from Hindus, not only from Bangalore, but everybody, even animals, other species, Sarva Bhuteshu. And that is why our Vedic literature is not only for the people or Hindus, not only for Bharatvarsha, it is universal, it is applicable to everybody. Because it doesn't talk about Matras Varshesu Kamte, right? It doesn't say that only heat and cold or winter and summer comes only Bharatvarsha. Everybody comes. Difficulties come to everybody. So this Vedic literature is applicable to Sarva Bhuteshu. And that is why we don't kill animals also, because Sarva Bhuteshu ko hita. Our Lord is always been he benefits all the creatures. Vidwan. Vidwan means he knows all the scripture, very learned. And then Samartha. Samartha means he can execute anything single-handed. When at the Dandakaranya, 14,000 Rakshasas, he killed single-handedly. Khara and Dushan, he killed single-handedly. When Sita Mata said that, she doubted Prabhu Ramchandra's caliber as a Kshatriya, she said, then Prabhu Ramchandra said, don't worry. Then he single-handed killed all the 14,000 Rakshasas. Samartha cha. Eka Priya Darshana. Is there any person in this universe that if you look at him and you will feel very happy, and every time you look at him you will feel very newer and newer and newer? Who is that person? Prabhu Ramchandra ji. And then another slok, another qualities. So 16 qualities being mentioned by Valmiki Rishi to Narad ji, asking question. Next is Atmavan. Atmavan means today's shloka is also closer to that one. Upashikshita Atmana. That means controlling his mind and senses. Atmavan. Who is that person who has self-controlled? And who is that? Prabhu Ramchandra ji. Atmavan. Atmavan ko jita krodha dyutiman ko anasuyaka kasya vibhyati devasya jata roshasya sanyuge. Atmavan. Jita krodha. Jita krodha means he's conquered his krodha. Very good. So when we get angry, we are controlled by passion or ignorance. But when Lord is actually getting angry, he's not getting controlled by the gunas. Rather, he is very much controlled. And the example, when the ocean devatas was not coming, Lord Prabhu Ramchandra got angry, but that anger is a transcendental. Next is a Dyutiman, very splendorous, very beautiful. It is said that in the Aranya Kand, all the sages, sadhu, when they saw such a beautiful personality, they immediately Eka Darshana Priya, they immediately got into the attracted to Prabhu Ramchandra ji. Dyutiman. Anasuyaka. Anasuyaka means?
Free of envy.
Sorry?
Free of enviousness.
Yes, who said that? Oh, very good. So he is never envious of anyone. That is our dear Lord Ramchandra. Devacha Bibhyati. Even devatas are afraid what to talk about then all these Ravanas and Kamsas. Even demigods become frightened of him when he get angered. An example, Samudra. When the ocean, he was praying first. He said, please come and help. And when the ocean did not come for 3 days, and then he got angry, then he started coming there. So Valmiki Muni is asking, can you please tell me any person on this earthly planet possessing all these? How many? 16 qualities, Mataji. So first sloka 8, 7 I guess, then 5 plus 4 or 6, here 5, 7, 5, 5. 6, 5 and 5. So these are the 16 qualities. And then Naraji says that, oh Valmiki Rishi, I don't think that there is any person, human beings on this earthly planet who can possess these qualities. But because you are very intelligent, and I can tell you, because he also tells that, Valmiki Rishi says that it is only you, Naraji, Devarsi Naraji, you can answer this question. That is why I'm asking this question. And then Naraji starts answering that question, and he says that yes, there is one person on this earthly planet at this point of time, he possesses all these qualities. And who is that person? Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabho. Where did it get from? Which dynasty it comes? Ikshvaku Vamsha Prabho. उनका नाम क्या है? राम नामो जनय श्रुता नियतात्मा महावीर्य द्युतिमान धृतिमान वशी. Now Naraji doesn't stop. He doesn't say that all these 16 qualities being possessed by that personality who is dear Lord Ram, but now he will start glorifying Prabhu Ramchandraji by another 68 qualities. And the first canto, which is Balkand, the first chapter, which is a summary of old Ramayana, now the first 18 to 20 shlokas are only about these qualities of Prabhu Ramchandraji. He says he is Niyatatmana. Niyatatma means whose nature doesn't change. He doesn't get old age, disease and all those things. Niyatatmana. Mahaviryo, very powerful, inconceivable potencies. Dyutiman, again, very beautiful, naturally manifest. Dhrutiman, very possesses unbounded bliss, Prabhu Ramchandraji. When Prabhu Ramchandraji was asked that tomorrow you have to go to the forest, same Ramchandraji was asked previous night that he will become the king, and same bliss. There is no any lovelace that he actually become dejected, right? For us, if we are told that he will become the prime minister tomorrow, and all the MPs are being taken to some room and say that their vote, the vote of confidence, and you lose, you become so dejected. But our dear Lord, becoming the king of the whole universe or the whole Bharat things empire, he has the same bliss. Vashi means that he controls everybody. All these people on this earthly planets are being controlled by Prabhu Ramchandra. So now Naraji is saying that not only these 16 qualities, I am telling all these qualities, and after that he says 32 qualities. Shloka number 9, shloka number 10, shloka number 11, shloka number 12. We will not go through all these things. Then shloka number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, another 25 qualities. And up to 18th quality, last 6. So total how many qualities Naraji says? 68 qualities, plus the 16 qualities being asked by Valmiki Rishi. So we can see that he is a Uttama Shloka, and that's why Hanumanji is saying that Uttama Shlokaya Namaha. I offer my humble obeisances to that personality who is being glorified by selected verses. Any questions or doubt? Now next, Uttama Shlokas. Devatas are glorifying Prabhu Ramachandraji. Devatas are glorifying in the Balakanda, which is 17th shloka, when the descendants of Kakushta accepted the gentle hands of their respective brides. So on that time when Prabhu Ramchandraji got married, then Lakshmanji, Bharat and Shatrughna, at that time all the Devatas, they showered the flowers and they glorified Prabhu Ramchandraji. So this is the first qualities. The first quality what Hanumanji is glorifying Prabhu Ramchandraji is Uttama Shlokaya. Very feeble voice. Why? What is the first quality Hanumanji said? Uttama Shloka Namah. And what two examples we saw? Valmiki Muni glorifying Prabhu Ramchandra ji, and answering to that, Devarshi Narad ji glorifying our dear Prabhu Ramchandra ji by 68 qualities. Narad ji, Valmiki Rishi is asking 16 qualities, so almost as 84 qualities being glorified. Of course, Lord is Ananta, unlimited, but devotees will glorify him. And the second example we saw, Devatas glorifying at the time of Sita Swayamvar. The next quality is Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya. So Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya means who possesses all the good qualities of the advanced personalities. Arya means who is advanced in the Vedic civilization. Anarya Justam Aswargam Akirtim Karam Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, this doesn't befit you, you are behaving like Anarya. So Prabhupada gives a definition in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Arya means who is advanced in the civilization. So those are the Aryas. And here now we will see how Prabhu Ramchandra ji is showing his O's character and conduct. So what could be the example of his O's character and conduct?
When he wants to reach the ocean,
Okay.
he is very firm about that.
Okay, another?
Only one marriage.
Okay, Eka Patni Vrata. That's a good example of that, Eka Patni Vrata.
Always saying truth.
Always saying truth. Okay, let us see now. First is that keep father's woe at the cost of kingdom. And he says, this is a very wonderful shloka from the second, which is Ayodhya Kand, 18th chapter, shloka number 28. Aho dinar se devim vaktum mami drusha vacha aham hi vachanat raja pateyam api pavake bhakshayemam visham tikshanam majjayemam api cha arnave. Api pavaka means fire, and visham bhakshayam poison. I will consume poison. Oh alas, oh queen. So this translation I have taken from Valmiki Ramayana internet. Probably it may not be exactly, but just for our reference we can see that. Oh alas, oh king, queen, you should not speak such words to me. On the order of the king, I can even take fire, consume deadly poison and drown into the ocean. Arnave means I can be drowned into the ocean. And the next shloka he says, Niyukta Guruna Pitra Nrupena cha Hitena cha. By the order of my guru, my father, I can do anything. This is the O that Prabhu Ramchandra ji, once he has taken a O, if somebody orders him, either his father, either his guru, he will never transgress that. Once he is decided, he will exactly follow. He says, in fact, when Kaikai comes and tells to Prabhu Ramchandra ji that your father has given a 2 O's to me, and now he is not able to tell me, and at that time Prabhu Ramchandra ji became very disappointed. He says that, oh my dear mother, don't you have confidence on me? Why did you give trouble to my father? Instead of that, you could have come and told directly to me. I would have followed without any reservation. Why? Because if somebody gives me instruction, I can even consume poison. I can even enter into the fire. I can even drown into the ocean. But I will never transgress the instruction given by my guru, given my king. And that is the father's O at the cost of kingdom. He can do anything if instruction is given by his father. That is our dear Lord, Prabhu Ramchandra ji. And he says that today I see that you do not have confidence on me. I wish you could have directly told me that. And that is what he did. He did not get disappointed that Kaikai is saying that you have to go to the forest. Rather, he felt very disappointed that you did not tell me directly. And of course, then he says that even though my revered father has not instructed me, I will live in the forest for 14 years. He said that Chatur Dasha Varshani. So I will go to the forest for 14 years. So the next is that accepting 14 years of exile without even protest. So the previous shloka, so one of my colleague, Api Pavakam Bhakshayam Vishamam. So we were in US and sometimes somebody will have the free lunch. So then he said that if I get free poison, I will still consume that. So you can say that if you, something you get a free, he's ready to consume poison. So I was wondering, where is that coming? That is coming from Prabhu Ramchandra. But Prabhu Ramchandra did not say I get a free. He said that even if my seniors, even if my guru, even if my king asks me to consume a poison, I will consume a poison. But not that somebody gives a free. The second thing, he exhibits that he goes to the forest 14 years. And then there are many shlokas I saw, we are very close to the time and we are not going to finish the second thing. So in the second Aranya, I think this comes from the Aranya Kand, and when all the sages, they are actually glorifying Prabhu Ramchandraji. They say, Vishrutam Trishu Lokeshu Yeshasha Vikramancha Pitruvratam Tvam Satyam Cha Toi Dharma Cha Pushkalam. So they are glorifying all the sages of Dandakaranya that, oh my dear Lord, you are Yesha Vikramani, you are Satyam, you are Dharma Cha Pushkalam. So different qualities of that. We'll move to that. Upasikshita Atmani. Upasikshita Atmani means who is perfectly disciplined his Atma and mind. So now, what could be the examples of Prabhu Ramchandraji exhibiting this quality, Upasikshita Atmani? Very good. When Shurpanaka approached our dear Lord Prabhu Ramchandraji, he said, no, nothing doing that. In fact, he was joking with her. He said that there is my brother who didn't get married. And then he says that, no, I have this. And then finally, Lakshmana does the surgery, the first surgery there. So here we can see the wonderful shlokas that comes from the Aranya Kand. And what is that shloka? Here he is telling to a prince. Now Prabhu Ramchandraji is like a prince. Now he is going to the forest. And he says that, give me the sap of the tree so that I can mat my hair, jata. And that is the shloka comes. Soham krutvitam niyamam tapasvi janabhushanam hitakam apiturvuyya sitaya lakshmanasya jata krutvam gamishami nyugrodha kshiramanaya. Seeking the welfare of my father Sita and Lakshmana, I will enter the forest with the matted hair and have practiced the prescribed austerities which are adornments of ascetics. Do fetch me the sap of banyan tree. So that he asked, give me that sap of banyan tree so that I can mat my. And who is this person? He is the prince, the king, the prince of Ayodhya. Now when mother asked him, he is ready to keep all his jata and sacrifice all the opulences that once he has. But in our life, if we are used to have opulences like scooter or two-wheeler, and if you are asked to go by walk, we find very difficult. And if you have a car, if you are asked by going to the scooter, we find very difficult. But our dear Lord, Prabhu Ramchandraji, immediately he renounced all those things, all the king dress, opulent kings, all the decorations, everything he removed. And not only that, he had a jata, and he started entering the forest. And that is the Upasikshita Atmani. He is so controlled in his mind and senses. And another example of that. This comes in the Kishkinda. I think Kishkinda. Sugriva. Sugriva has given the promise that this is the 4 months. And in these 4 months, because it is the Chaturmasa, we will not go anywhere. Now we go and happily enjoy. And this Sugriva forgot everything, the promise he has given. And at that time, our dear Lord Prabhu Ramchandraji, he is telling, it's very wonderful shloka, and it says that Shubham va yadi va papam yoi vakyam udiritam sattena parigrunati savira purushottamam. So he is giving a reminder to Sugriva. He is saying that whether it is a Shubham Prabhu, whether it is a good or papam, it is bad, he who promises a word and truthfully takes action, he is the Purushottama. Sometimes we will say, yes Prabhu, I will come 9 o'clock for Bhagavatam class. Then what happens? Vaikuntha Sarva Prabhu? 10 o'clock. Because Shubham va yadi vapam yohi vakyam udiratam sattena parigrunati sah vira purushottam. Once you have given the word, devotees must follow that. And that is what is Prabhu Ramchandra ji is telling to Lakshmana. Please remind Sugriva that you have given a word. Whether it is a Shubham or whether it is a Papam, once you have given the word, you must follow that. And of course, it is said that if you are given a promise, if you are in a helpless situation, if you are not able to fulfill, that is okay. That is okay. But if you are in a situation where you can fulfill the promise, and if you cannot fulfill the promise, that is not a good situation. And at that time, what does our dear Lord Ram tells to Lakshmana? He says that Tataivam vihite karyam yetahitam purusharshava tat brhinarasestam tvarakala vyatikram. O Lakshmana, when the mission for searching for Sita is getting scheduled but hampered now because Sugriva has forgotten, you go and remind very gently. Now imagine that you have helped Sugriva killing his own brother Vali, and now he forgot his own promise, and then Ram is actually very gently reminding Lakshmana, and you know what happened? And then Lakshmana goes there and he's in that angry mood, and then they had some different plan there. So this is the Upasiksita Atmani. So what does it mean? Let's revise because I see very feeble voice here. Prasadam is not there. So Prasadam is there? Full for everybody. Okay. Maybe we have not taken breakfast. So let's revise. What was the first quality? Uttama Shlokaya Namaha. Second? Arya? Arya Lakshana Shila Vrutaya Namaha. Third one? Upashikshita Atmane Namaha. So the apt situation would be that we are celebrating Ram Navami, but we are well in advance, 1 or 2 months, so we can when this is the prayers. It is offered during the day on the day of Ram Navami. Hanumanji is offering the wonderful glorification to our dear Lord Prabhu Ramchandra. Next is a Upasita Lokaya. Upasita Lokaya means Prabhu told earlier. Worshipped by all the classes of the people. Any examples? Shabari, very good. Jatayu, Nishad Raj, Vanar Sena, Vibhishan, Nishad Raj, Squirrel. Lord Ram is worshipped by Brahmanas, Vishwamitra and forest sages. He is worshipped by Kshatriyas, Janaka's court. He is worshipped by Vanaras, Sugriva Hanuman. He is worshipped even by Rakshasas, Vibhishan. And everybody is bowing and seeking shelter from our dear Lord Prabhu Ramchandra ji, because Lord Ram's divinity is universally recognized across all the sections of the society. Not only one particular section is offering obeisances and seeking the shelter from our dear Lord Ram, but everybody is offering prayer to Prabhu Ramchandra ji. And let us see one Guha Raja is offering prayer. Tatasa Pranjali Bhutva Guho Raghav means Raghava. Raghava Abravita Upastite Naudaryam Bhuyam Ki Karavanite. Then Guha with the Pranjali Bhutva. Pranjali means folded hands. Said to dear Ram, oh my dear Lord Ram, the boat is ready. Now means boat. Tell me what else can I do for you. So he is seeking the blessings and seeking the service opportunity for Prabhu Ram from Prabhu Ramchandra ji. So Lord Ram's divinity is recognized. So we saw that Vanaras offering obeisances, then Brahmanas offering, then the Kshatriyas offering, the Sadhus offering in the sages of Dandakaranya, and even Vibhishan as a Rakshasa family is coming and offering that. The next is, so we could have a shloka for each one of them, but I think we'll have to go fast. Raghava, the Guha Raja is actually big. Next is a Sadhu Vada Nikashana. So Sadhu Vada Nikashana means the touchstone for testing who is a real sadhu. And this is the example. What example comes to your mind? How did Lord Ram find he is a real sadhu? On the screen it is there.
He accepted Vibhishan.
We accepted Vibhishan. When Vibhishan came and he renounced everything along with his 4 ministers, he came to take a shelter of our dear Lord Prabhu Ramchandraji. At that time, all the Vanaras said that because Prabhu Ramchandra is exemplifying as a very wonderful king, he is taking the opinion. He took opinion of Vanaras, he took opinion of Sugriva, he took opinion of Hanumanji, and finally gave his own verdict. And that is very, very famous, very wonderful shloka, very celebrated shloka that will come after that. It is said that who is like a stone for examining all the good qualities of Sadhu. Sugriva and all the Vanaras, they were suspicious. Oh my dear Lord Ram, he is coming from the opposite party. He might be disguising as things, but he is a brother of Ravana. But be careful that he might be he's a spy, he's an intelligence agency, he's coming from the intelligence agency, he's acting as a spy. We should be very careful, we should examine him, we should test him, we should see his characteristics, then only we should accept him. Then Jamavant gave his verdict, then finally Hanumanji gave his verdict, and then finally our dear Lord Ram gave his verdict. And what was his verdict? It's very wonderful. Okay, before that there is one story comes. The story is that there was a pigeon, the male pigeon and the female pigeon, they were on the tree, and the one hunter comes there. So now who is telling this story?
Krishna.
Nine. In the same, no, we are talking about Ramayana. Rama told to all the Vanas, especially to Sugriva. Sugriva, when he expressed his suspiciousness towards Vibhishan, then he tells a story. He said, okay, let me tell you a story. So telling story is not new to us. Even in Ramayana, Prabhu Ramchandra is telling the story. And what was the story he's telling? So once upon a time, there was a tree. On that tree, there was a male and the female pigeon was there. Once the hunter came there, and the hunter actually hunted the female pigeon and took at home and killed and ate that pigeon. Next time, there was only now who left? Male pigeon. And there was a rain. The hunter come there. Now hunter whole day he is hunting. He did not find any prey there. He comes under exactly the same tree where the male pigeon was there. It is raining. This hunter was fasting the whole day. Maybe Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. He did not get anything to eat. His whole body was completely now what he called as very tired and weak because of not having any prasadam. At that time, this male pigeon saw that. And because there was so cold at that time, then immediately the hunter started some fire there, forest fire. At that time, this male pigeon felt very compassion towards that hunter. And then you know what he did? He jumped into the fire and gave himself as a prey to that hunter. And then Prabhu Ramchandra is saying that, he says, the female pigeon was killed, but here the Sita was not killed. Now, who is the male pigeon? Now, His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj telling the story very nicely, narrating the story. He says that, now who is the male pigeon and the female pigeon here? Prabhu Ramchandra ji and Sita Mata. In that story, he says to Sugriva, the female pigeon was killed, but here Sita was not killed, only abducted or kidnapped. The same hunter came back to kill the pigeon. Now here who is the hunter coming back? Ravana. Here the hunter did not come, but his brother came. And who is that? Vibhishana came. And the hunter did not come to surrender. But here the hunter's brother came to surrender. And in this story, the pigeon had to give up his life. But I don't have to give up my life. I have to only accept him. And after giving this analogy, Prabhu Ramchandra ji gave very, very famous shloka. Anybody knows that shloka?
Whoever comes to my face.
Yes. And we will recite this shloka. So Prabhu Ramchandra ji said that if a pigeon can do that, definitely why can't I do that? And that is the shloka, very wonderful shloka. Please recite together. Sakrud evam prapannaya tava asmi iti cha yachate abhayam sarva bhutevyo dadami etat vratam mama. Tava asmi. Tava means unto you. Asmi. Asmi means I am. Tava means you. Dadami, I shall give yourself. Avabhayam. Abhayam means fearless. Sarva bhutebhyu. Again, sarva bhutebhyu. Not only one particular class or sect of the society, but everybody. So dear Lord says, what does Lord say here? What does Lord says here?
Someone will surrender to me.
Mm-hmm.
I will give him abhayam.
Abhayam, and I will accept that. If one surrenders unto me, sincerely saying, "Oh my dear Lord Ramchandraji, from today I am yours." Tavam asmi, I am yours. And what will Lord do? I always give him protection. I will accept that person. This is my oath. So I respect just like His Grace following in the footsteps of Vijan Prabhu. Let's sit straight, close our eyes, and pray to our dear Lord Ramchandraji. And what is our prayer? Oh my dear Lord Ramchandraji, I am yours. From this today, I pray to you that I am yours. And what is the reciprocation from our dear Lord Ramchandra? I will accept no matter who you are and whatever the situation you are in. And not only I accept you, I give you protection, abhayam, and this is my vrat, this is my promise to you. So let's pray to our dear Lord Prabhu Ramchandraji internally. Hare Krishna. So maybe you can, just like Prabhu was saying, that what picture come to your mind when you offering this prayer? Yes, please. What picture came to your mind when you close your eyes and
Vibhishan going to Sri Ramchandra.
This is called Sharanagati. There is a place on the ocean. That place is very famous. That place is called Sharanagati Kshetra, where Lord Ramchandra accepting, no matter who we are, all we have to say, "Oh my dear Lord Ram, I am yours. From this day I am yours," and our Lord Ram will accept. So Prabhu got image of Vibhishan is there and surrendering. Vaikuntha Sharan Prabhu, what picture? You are raising the hand, right? You raised the hand? What?
Coming to Lord Ram, asking that I'm yours.
Oh, so did Lord Ram accept it? Accept you? Maybe. Okay. From Mataji's side? No picture, Prabhu. I asked ChatGPT to create the picture. ChatGPT, please create picture for me. Very famous sloka. Sakrutam evam prapannaya tavam asmi, I am yours, oh my dear Lord, please accept me. And our dear Lord accepts me. Okay, so this was the fifth one, Sadhuvad Nikashanaya. So what is Sadhuvad Nikashanaya here in this pastime? He examined the qualities of, he understood that the real qualities, what is the mood of Vibhishan. Everybody suspected. Of course, Hanumanji did not say. Hanumanji said, "Please accept him." Because, how did Hanumanji say that?
When he
Because
went Lanka,
he understood the mood of Vibhishan in the previous, his mission to Lanka, fire to Lanka, put Lanka on the fire, that was the mission. So during that mission he understood. So he said that, "No, I have tested, I have examined, I have experienced, please accept him." So that is why Hanumanji and Prabhu Ramchandra, and finally Prabhu Ramchandraji gave the verdict that I will accept him without any condition. That is our dear Lord Hanumanji. That's our dear Lord Prabhu Ramchandraji. And then Brahmanya Devaya. So Lord is very dear to Brahmanas, and Vishwamitra comes to court of Dasharatha Maharaj. He said that I have been troubled by, and what is the name? Tataka, and the son of Marichi was also there. Marichi was terrorized by Prabhu Ramchandraji to such an extent that he was put 800 miles away by one arrow of our dear Lord Ramchandraji. And when Ravan went there to Marichi, he said, "You please help me in my mission." And what is that mission? We have to abduct wife of the Ram. He said, "Ram?" He said, "You know what? Even if I just hear the word Ra, I get scared. Even if you say the Rath, I get scared. And if you are talking about Ram, I cannot do this mission. And then finally Ravan threatened, either you listen to me or you will be killed. And then he said, okay, I will follow your instruction. Then he became a deer and then, so Maricha, and then, so at that time, Vishwamitra comes to the court of Dasarath Maharaj. And Dasarath Maharaj said, whatever you want, I will give you, before asking what he wanted. And he said, okay, all I wanted, what he wanted? Ramachandra. And he said, Swaputram Raja Shardulam Rama Satya Parakramam Kakapakshadam Shuram Justame Datum Arhasi. Datum Arhasi. Datum means Dan. Datur. It comes the word from Dan. You give me your son. Who is that? Swaputram Raja Shardulam. What is the Raja Shardulam? Shardulam means? Tiger. He is the king of the tigers. And he is a Shura, Satya Parakrami and Kaka Pakshadara. The translation goes Kaka Pakshadara means it is whose hair locks are like a crow's wings. You see the Upma analogy. So that dear, wonderful, beautiful, Jyotiman, Prabhu Ramchandra ji, Satya Parakrami Ramchandra ji, I want that your Putram Ramchandra, I will take him. And then Dasarath Maharaj fell down. He said, I cannot, you can ask anything else. You can ask all the army. I can personally come and fight, but please do not ask my dear son, Prabhu Ramchandra. He said, what kind of, you are coming into this dynasty. Once you have given the word, then he tells the story of the Shivir, right? Once you have given the word, you should not go back. Then Vasishta comes into the picture. He intervened the situation. He said, don't worry, nothing will happen. In fact, Prabhu Ramchandra ji will get benefit. Of course, this is the past times. And then finally, he says that Swaputram Raja Shardulam Rama Satya Parakramam Kaka Pakshadharam Shuram Justam Me Datur Hasim. If you feel appropriate, please give my request. And that request is that give your Raja Shardulam Putram. And he says that Shakto Heshi, that he is capable of to eradicate all these demons. And I don't see anybody capable to do that. Nachato Ramam Sadayam Shakto Statam Katanchana Nachato Ragavadanya Hantum Massa Ate Puman. He says that these two demons cannot be stand in front of Prabhu Ramchandra. No other than Raghava can kill them, eliminate them. So he says that it's only Prabhu Ramchandra ji can kill. And then finally, Pushti Urstam. So there is a Pushti Ursti. And all the devatas, when Prabhu Ramchandra ji following Vishwamitra, going to the forest to kill those things. And the important point here that he was never trained earlier, or he was never had an actual fight. It was directly on-job training for him to kill those Rakshasas. And of course, Vishwamitra gave some mantras to him, and that is just a pastime. So, on seeing this Prabhu Ramchandra ji, lotus-eyed, and what is the lotus-eyed Sanskrit word? And again another word, Rajiva Lochana, Kamala Nayana, Rajiva Lochana. That Kamala Nayana, Rajiva Lochana Ram, when he is following Vishwamitra, all the devatas, what did they do? Pushti, Vrushti, Mahatya. So they did all. You see in the picture, they are offering all those things. And of course, all the sages of Dandakaranyam, Tatam Tvam Sharanartam Cham, Sharanyam Samupastitam, Paripalayam Ramam Vadyamanam Nishachara. We are being disturbed by all these Rakshasas in this forest. Can you please help us? Who is saying this?
Vishwamitra.
No. This is the second pastime. Now this is the Dandakaranya. All the sages of Dandakaranya, they are coming to Lord Ram and saying that Tata Tvam Sharanartham, we are surrendering, please help us. Because we are being disturbed by this Nishachara, all these wild animals who are being disturbing us. And then what did Lord Ram say? So that is why Lord is Namo Brahmanya Deva. If there is any disturbances to Brahmanical culture, any disturbance to Brahmanas, Lord Ram will never tolerate that. And what he says, Tapasvinam Rane Shatrun Hantum Ichhami Rakshasam Pashyantu Viryam Rushe Sabratur Me Tapodana. I wish to eliminate all these demons, the enemies of sages. So who is the enemies of Brahmanas, Lord will actually eliminate, and that is why he is called as Brahmanya Deva. So, and that is so Lord finally killed all those things. Now we'll quickly go. Mahapurusha. Can we revise up to 6th qualities? We have to recite on the day of Ram Navami. Yes, Sanatan Mukunda Prabhu. And that is the latest.
Uttama Shloka.
Uttama Shloka. Mataji, don't refer the notes. Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya Namaha. Upashikshita Atmana Namaha. Upasita Lokaya, Upasana, that is worshipped by, and the fifth is Sadhuvada Nikashana, who can testify like a touchstone what is the gold, what is not gold. And Prabhu Ramchandra can say he is a sadhu, he is a sadhu, he is that. And the sixth one was? That was very simple. And now Mahapurusha, and this is the shloka from, where is this shloka comes from? Let's recite together. This comes from Brahma Samhita, 5th chapter 39. Ramadi Murti Shukalani Vena Tista Nana Avataram Pakarod Bhuvaneshkirito Krishna Swayam Samabhavar Paramamanayo Govinda Purusha. I worship that Supreme Personality of Lord Govinda, who is always situated various incarnations such as Ram, Narasimha, many sub-incarnations as well. But who is the original personality of God is the Lord Sri Krishna. So how he is a Mahapurushaya, the reference here is that he is the none other than the Lord Krishna. He is the incarnation such as Rama, Narasimha, Mahapurusha. He is not different. Rama Adi Murteshu Kala Niyamena Tishtan Nana Avataram Akarod Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Param Pumanyo Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Vajam. And even when the Agni Pariksha was going, even the Lord Brahma said that Bhavan Narayano Deva Sri Mam Chakra Yudham Prabhu Eka Srunga Varaha Astvam Bhuta Bhuva Sapatnim. He says, oh my dear Lord, you are the Bhavan Narayana. Means you are the Sakshat Narayana. Bhavan Narayana Deva. And then who is having the chakra yudha, who is having the chakra, you are the divine boar, Varaha, with a single tusk, and you conquered all the past and the present or the future enemies. So here, after that, Brahma, when the Lord Ram was not much in the mood of accepting Sita Devi, at that time, all the Devatas and Gandharvas and Brahma Dev, they come and tell Lord, you are not an ordinary person, you are a Bhavan Narayano Devo, and you are having the chakra in your hand. He says that you are Narayan, you are the primeval person, you are the form of the universe, you are the divine incarnation. That is what is said by the Mahapurushaya. The prayer goes into the Yuddha Kand, 6th chapter, which is Yuddha Kand, 117th chapter, shloka number 13. Beautiful shloka, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, until 20th shloka. Brahmadev is actually glorifying Prabhu Ramchandra ji as you are Narayan, you are the Vishnu. Because why we are giving this reference here? Mahapurusha. What is the definition of Mahapurusha? A supreme person who is glorified by Purusha Sukta prayer. And who is being glorified by Purusha Sukta prayer? Who is glorified by Purusha Sukta prayer? Mahavishnu. And that is why he said, you are a Bhavan Narayana. So Brahmadev is saying you are a Sakshat Narayana. And that is why you are the one who is the source of creation. You are being glorified by Purusha Sukta prayers. And that is why you are a Mahapurusha. And the last but not the least is, what is the last? Maharaja. The supreme king of all the kings. In Uttarakanda, the Lord is, now we have heard about Rama Raja, right? Now where is this Rama Raja comes? This Rama Raja comes in Uttarakhand, where there is no fear, no famine and all the things. But we have wonderful shlokas. We have few shlokas, we will pause here. But wonderful shlokas, 797, 6th canto, which is 6th canto is Yuddha Kand, 128th the chapter, because this is Yuddha Kand is the longest one. And shloka number 97, 98, 99, giving the characteristics of Ram Raja. Now when we go outside and say Ram Raja, what is the definition of Ram Raja? Then we have to come to Yuddha Kand, chapter number 128, shloka number 97, 98, 99, 99. So here, Ajanulamba Vibhavocha Mahaskanda Pratapavan Lakshman anucharo Rama prithvimanva palayatam ajanulambam bahucha. What does it mean? Long arms reaching to knees. Arms reaching down to his knee, having the Mahaskanda, Pratapavan. And how did he rule the Ayodhya kingdom? Lakshman Anucharo, along with the Anuchara Lakshmana, Prithvin Palayata, not only Ayodhya but whole Prithvi, the supreme king of the king, our dear Lord, Prabhu Ramchandraji. And what happens during the Ram Rajya? Ragavaschapi dharmatmam prapyam rajam anutamam ije bahu vidnair yadnyam sah sutab bhratu bandhavaha. He says, obtaining a very great kingdom, O righteous Ram, dharmatma. What is it called as? Dharmatma. Rajam uttamam. Your Rajya was uttamam. And what happened there? Bahu vidhair yadnya. Bahu vidhair yadnya means many kinds of sacrifices happened along with the teamwork. The translation was the teamwork, because this is the online translation. Along with whom? Suta. Suta means Nanda Suta, sons. Brataha, Bandhavaha, relatives. So together, along with that, our dear Lord Ramchandraji ruled this kingdom, great Raja Uttamam, best of all the things. And what did he do? He did not just enjoy Mrutyunjay Prabhu, he did Bahu with the Yajna, all of the sacrifice. And this is the characteristics of Vedic king or the kingdom, where there are sacrifice. And when any demon comes, what does he does the first thing? He wanted to stop that. So this is not the today's. So today also there is a trend of stopping all these Vedic things. That comes from the, not only now, Anupam Krishna Prabhu, it is their tongue. So wherever the sacrifice to be stopped, Brahminical culture to be stopped, Gomata to be killed, and the education to be destroyed. So this is the culture, and the education goes long back. So this is, but when Lord Ram is there, there is Yajna is there is Uttamam Rajya is there, and there is a Dharmatma is there. He is he is ruling the kingdom according to the Dharma, not any deviation. Then what happens? Na Paryadevan Vidva. Vidva means? Widows. Na Paryadevan Vidvana Nacha Vakulam Bhayam Na Vyadhij Bhayan Vapim Rama Raja Prashasite. Vijay Prabhu, Rama Raja definition. What is Rama Raja definition? When our dear Lord Ram was actually ruling the kingdom, there was no widow to lament. Matlab kya hai?
There was no death, untimely death.
Untimely death. Mrutyunjay Prabhu ki jai. Then Na Vyala Kutam Bhayam means there was no fear, no danger from the wild animals. It was highlighted. Or nor any fear born or nor diseases.
No disease.
Not even back pain also. No back pain, nothing. And that was the Rama Rajya. No, first is the, what was the other characteristics in the previous shloka? He was ruling according to the Dharma. It was the Uttamam Rajya. He was doing the different yajnas. And in this shloka it is said that a woman would never become widow. That means husband will first die and then the wife will actually die. Second, there will be no fear of wild animals. Third is no diseases, absolutely no disease, not even corona at that time, and no other diseases. Next, few shlokas, very wonderful shlokas, one by one shlokas. And not only that, there is no theft, Mrutyunjay Prabhu there, no theft. So you don't have to lock your rooms, nothing, no lock. We have problems to our center every time the lock. So, but that time there was na nirdasya bhava logo na anarthakana chidasprucha na chasma vruddha balana preta kayani kurvate. What does it mean, Mrutyunjay Prabhu? What does it mean? No thieves, no robberies. And the old people did not perform funerals for their balanam. So what does it mean? Again, no untimely days. That is the things. Nachasmam ruddha balanam preta karyani kurvate. So there is no untimely death. That again the grandfather is lighting the fire of his grandson. That never happened during the Ramarajya. Next, I think one or two we are done. सर्वं उदितं विवासीत् सर्वधर्मोपरो भवात् रामवानुपश्यन्ते नाभ्यनहिंस परस्परम्. Every creature being very pleased. Everyone was intent on virtue, dharma, turning their eyes towards Prabhu Ramchandra ji alone. There is no other thing. The center of attraction was dear Lord Ramchandra ji, nothing else. Only Ram, Ram and Ram. This is the another characteristic. So what is the another characteristic in addition to the previous list? What is the shloka talking about? Everybody was felt very happy. No tax. Imagine there is no tax. Our CTC will increase by 30%. But that is fine. But during Prabhu Ramchandra, Anupam Krishna Prabhu, there was no tax. Everybody was very pleased. Everybody was very pleased. And then what happened? असन्वर्ष सहस्राणि तथा पुत्र सहस्रिन निरामय विशोकाच राम राज्य प्रशासति. What does it mean? Long longevities. While Ram was ruling the kingdom, people survived for Sahasrani Varsha. And of course, Putra Sahasrani. Thousands of sons. What will happen to the fee here, Prabhu? Thousand sons we have, and where will get school fees? And all are free from illness and grief. Absolutely no illness, no vaccination, no grief, no lamentation. That is the Ramarajya. That is the Ramarajya. And then, if Ram Rajya is like this, then what happens? Ramo Ramo Rama iti. So what does it mean? It is only Ram. It is only Ram. So Praja is so happy, Mrityunjay Prabhu, they are only talking about Ram, Ram and Ram. Ramo Ramo Rama iti prajanam bhuvanam katha Ramo Bhutam Jagat Bhudrami Rajya Prashasati. That is our dear Lord Ram's king. While Ram ruled the kingdom, the talks of all the people was not about the Gen AI, not about the Python, not about this, not about that. They are only talking about Ram, Ram and Ram. The talks of all the people centered around the Ram, Ram and the Ram. Translation also says 3 times. Ram, Ram and Ram. The word became Ram's word. There is only Ram, there is nothing else. Only Ram and Ram and Ram. And what happened to the pushpas and trees and the herbs? The trees were bearing the flowers. So we don't have to have somebody fruits regularly without any injuries by pest or insects. No pest. There was no pest control there. The clouds were raining on time, not really untimely rain. It was not there. The wind was very delightful. So 2-3 days nights, it was so wind was very terrifying, very cold. But that time, during our Ram Rajya, Prabhu Ramchandra, the wind was very pleasing to the skin and to the heart. Sarva Lakshana Sampanna, Sarva Dharma Parayana, Dasha Vahasra Sahasrani, Rama Rajya Karayata. What does it mean, Mrityunjay Prabhu? Dasha Sahasra Varshani. Like this, our dear Lord Ramchandra ji ruled for 10,000 years. Prabhu Ramachandra ki, Rama Rajya ki. These are only selected slokas. There are many slokas in 128th chapter. If you want to know what is the Rama Rajya characteristics, please go and think. And then finally, our prayer to Ramaya Rama Bhadraya. Let's repeat. Ramaya Rama Bhadraya. Ramachandraya Vedase. Raghunathaya Nathaya. Sitaya Pataye Namaha. This comes from the Padma Purana. Krishna. So now here, Ramaya, Ramabhadraya. Now, Padma Purana says this verse comes also in Ramcharitmanas comes, I think. Ram Raksha. Yes, you are right. I mean to that Ram Raksha. Ramaya, Ramabhadraya. Now, who is saying Ramaya here? Dasrath Maharaj, when he calls it a Suta, he calls by Ramaya. Then who calls Ramabhadraya? All the Brahmanas call him as Ramabhadraya. And who call him Ramachandraya?
Citizens, the
Puja?
Mother.
Yes,
Mother.
all three mothers would call Ramachandraya. Vedase, who would call him Vedase? Vasishtha and Vishwamitra. Raghunathaya, army will call, all the armies will call Raghunathaya. Nathaya,
Sitamaya.
Hanumanji, Vibhishan, and then Sita Pataya. All the ladies of Ayodhya they will call as
Sita.
So let's together now. Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataya Namah. Prabhu Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. Hanuman ji ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Uttama Shlokaya Namah, Arya Lakshana Shila Vrataya Namah, Upashikshitatmana, Upashita Lokaya Namah, Sadhuvada Nikashanaya Namah, Brahmanya Devaya Mahapurushaya Maharajaya Namah iti. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Now close all our notes and just